I was doing some spring cleaning this week, and I found this. It's a song that I wrote when I was in music school almost 20 years ago. I have no memory of what it sounds like, so of course, I have to play it and see if this 2-decade-old composition holds up or if it's gonna get the gong. And in order to do that, we're gonna need ourselves a proper jazz box, if you know what I mean. What the hell is this? Oh crap!
Thank you to the order.
That's more like it. You might be wondering, why the hell did I write a jazz tune in the first place? I think it's time for story time with Grandpa Trey. You may not know this about me, but I was actually a jazz major in college for several years.
Give me the jazz.
Don't ask me to play any, because I can't really. I studied jazz so that I could deepen my understanding of music and improve my skills on the instrument, not because I particularly love it, although I do really like it. I eventually changed my emphasis to composition because that's what I really cared about, and this song probably came out of that sort of transitional period. Also, most of the professors and students in the jazz program were completely insufferable pricks.
Jazz.
So you might look at this and think, Trey, that's only like 32 measures of music. That's hardly a complete song. And also, where are the tabs? But this isn't a song. This is what's called a lead sheet. It's kind of like the cliff notes, the skeleton of a song. It's got just the most basic information of a tune: chords, melody, and then key and time signature. If you have even just those, you have the basic essence of the song. You could drop this in front of a band of competent jazz musicians, and they'll turn it into music on the spot. So right off the bat here, we have got some real nice dreamy chords. Major 7, dreamy vibes. Little 2-5-1 in D major. And then spice. That's a spicy meatball right there.
Jazz.
And then like just some triads, like regular old cowboy A major. Like, what are we doing here? But to an F, C, E flat, B flat minor, another twist, B flat 7, twist upon twist upon twist, to a B major. That's kind of wild. The first half had a lot of like basic jazz stuff, 2-2-5-1s, and then we're just off the rails here in the B section. Almost no 7 chords, almost entirely triads. What is... But spicy motion. This is one of my favorite sounds. A sus7 chord to a dominant 7, and that leads us right back to A. Those are some baby-making chords right there. That's a sexy chord progression. It's a wild ride in 32 bars. Let's check out the melody now. Oh boy, time to read notes. Okay, a little bit of a motif repetition. So many sharps. God, I want to go back in time 20 years and punch myself in the face for writing it like this. That's a spicy note. I kind of found the motif. Those 4 notes happen 3 times. To finish it off. So like, and a sorta. Questionable. Questionable at best. But nice. Then we got some triplets right here. Triplets, a popular theme in this. Cool chromatic thing. Ah, I love this sound. And I think I probably discovered it around the time that this was written. It's like kind of like a bebop type of a sound on a dominant 7th chord. The sound of it works great here, but the phrasing of it is so awkward that it feels like I just wrote it in just to throw that sound in there. God damn it, little Trey. God damn it. Running out of frets. And then I go all the hell the way down here. And this is where it loops back around, of course. Once again, a cool sound, but like, why does the melody suddenly drop down a damn octave? But the real major problem with the B section here is that I, for some reason, completely abandoned the theme. I had this great motif going here, and it is nowhere to be found in the B section. These days, I would absolutely gong myself for this. This almost feels like two completely different songs. The thing that's gonna tie these two together is gonna be incorporating more of the motif from the first half into the second half, because the second half melodically is a little bit of a disaster. I gotta make it much more cohesive, I gotta make it fit better. But the first thing I'm gonna do is record it as is so that we can hear it in its original form as I intended it 20 years ago. Thanks to Sweetwater for sending me this classy as hell D'Angelico Deluxe SS Semi-Hollow. I have never had this kind of guitar before. Pretty far outside of my comfort zone, but that's where I'm the most excited to go, you know what I mean? There's a link in the description where you can get one of your own from Sweetwater, and it sounds like this. Jazz, yeah. Ah yes, just like Miles Davis did it. I don't play the piano worth crap, so I'm gonna let Easy Keys do it for me. That's kind of nice, just as is. But also, what if we changed it a lot? I want it to have solid compositional value. I just want to make it feel like one piece of music. So the motif is kind of this main little snippet. Da, da. So I'm gonna add it in here. Da, 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 da. I kind of like flipped it for the second half, so I'm going ascending and then descending. A tricksy little maneuver. This phrase already has the motif in there. Also, it's like two sus chords stacked on top of each other, which is kind of cool. And then this little bit, this next phrase sucks. I love the sound of it, but it's really awkward. And it doesn't fit the theme. So, how are we gonna make it better? Not that note. Ooh, we're getting up into squeaky guitar territory. Here's how I'm gonna tie it all together. Still using the same tonalities, the same exact general motivic shape. And leading us all the way up to that spicy high note. So now we've got the climax of the song covered, but what are we gonna do about this little ride out? It goes from such a squeaky high register to such a low one. Here's how we're gonna end it. back to the beginning. I really like this because I feel like it nicely takes us from this sort of chaotic sound back into the beginning, which is much more dreamy. And then it gets not quite nightmarish, but just like a more chaotic, weird kind of a dream, and then nicely rolls back around. Let's hear the whole thing. This to me feels like when you're falling in a dream and then you wake up in your bed. In jazz, everything is negotiable. Every part of this is open to embellishment, reharmonization, style changes, and of course, most importantly, expression. It's sort of like a playground, which also means it doesn't have to stay jazz. Now that I've finished composing the core components of the song, a mere 20 years after I began, it's time to create a version that 2024 Trey would make. I care basically zero about genre or style restrictions. I just do whatever the fuck I want. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of like drum and bass types of sounds, and I feel like these kinds of break beats are gonna fit really well with this dreamy style. I bought this loop pack from one of my very favorite drummers to watch right now, Star Power Drummer, check him out. So I'm just gonna chop these up into a beat that I like, and then I'm gonna layer sounds on top of it that I think are exciting. Let's see what kind of sounds this guitar can make that are not jazzy. No jazz allowed. I've literally never used a tone knob in my life until I picked up this guitar. I also upped the tempo a bit. Big dreamy chords that suck to play. This right here might be my all-time favorite sound ever. Mellotron? I love Mellotron strings. That was one note. Instant vibe! That's the sauce right there. You wanna know what's really the shit though? Check this. Bending Mellotron strings. Woo-hoo-hoo, a bass. It's fat. Gonna double up the lead with a synth. A little bit of Hammond organ never hurt anybody. Unless somebody dropped it on you, then it would hurt a lot. They're very heavy. The first person who says this sounds like anime music has to do 50 push-ups. All that means is that people who make anime music have excellent taste like me. I heard you say it, okay? Drop and give me 50. We're on the honor system here. Kind of begs the question, doesn't it? Have I actually improved in the almost 2 decades since I wrote this? Since the time I wrote this song, I have grown musically a great deal, as you can probably imagine, over the course of 20 years. But I think the reason for that is because I just never stopped. I was writing music before that, and I've been writing ever since. So naturally, I've learned a lot more about things like structure, arrangement, phrasing, melody, harmony, all of which I've put into my songwriting course, by the way. But I'm also still the same person. I still love big, dramatic, exciting chord changes, really spicy chords and spicy melody notes, fun melodic surprises, things that give me this face, make my eyebrows do this. I still love writing things that are really catchy and memorable, and I'm still a big fat maximalist. So in short, I'm still awesome and getting awesomer. Okay, bye.